You know, I was going to ask you because we were talking about the Hollywood Christmas Parade, and I don't think I ever got the backstory on how you landed and started General Hospital, and how many times have you been murdered on that show?
Uh, well, I got it. I was living in New York, and ABC at the time had a talent development program where they'd signed Emma Sands and I were the last two people they signed in 1986, and of course she did General Hospital. Oh no, they signed her 85, I think, and then she did Dynasty, which was ABC. They signed me and then put me on tape, and everybody, like, they sent tape out, and then they flew me to LA to test, and that's how I got it. And how many times they have killed me, I don't know. I've lost track, because I think they recast it once because I didn't want to go back, and then I did. I think I've died maybe 3 times. I think 3 times maybe. This time I'm dead. They really wanted to, because I've gone back as a ghost a couple of times, but this time I don't know who I upset or really wanted, like they really wanted me dead. And the crew were who I'd been around for 30 some years were so upset, including the Donna Messina, who was the head makeup person, who sadly passed away recently. So I can tell Donna Messina stories, but Donna was so upset because I was her Duke, my Duke, it's my Duke, that when they kept saying to her, like, he's dead, like, make him paler, she goes, I'm not making him paler, I'm not making him dead, because maybe he's not dead. And I'm lying there on the gurney saying, like, can we just either put the makeup on it? Can we get this done already? I'm supposed to be holding my breath, not moving. And she's like saying, no, he's not dead. I'm not making him look dead. I'm not making him look dead. He can be alive. He can be alive. Like, just extraordinary. So, but then I was dead.
That's a bad business decision to get rid of your character and get rid of you. That's going to haunt them.
You know, that's some people. That's all. They can afford to make all the mistakes in the world. It's like people like me can't afford to make mistakes.
Well, they can also undo the mistake, right, with the right offer, right? It's open to be undone.
It's amazing. Things turn around and things change, and the people that make decisions, like, you know, it's all revolves, and then, you know, but, you know, I'm very fortunate because I've had a very solid fan base from 1986, like, and they've crossed over to either primetime or even networks, which they never used to do. And I've been very super grateful and been very fortunate with, you know, with that. So, you know, and there's a whole thing on Twitter that's like just called Duke Lives. And they do like a Sunday night reprise of like all, like, you know, like it's a little uncomfortable because they cut from 86 to 2006. And I'm like, it's kind of like just flash cuts, and I'm like, no, like, you know, like one chin to like three. I'm like, no, that's all right.
It's nice to be loved, though. It's nice to be loved. Hey, did you get along? Like, give us a golden General Hospital moment. I mean, you and I hardly ever talk about General Hospital, but we did talk about that crossover you did with Garry Shandling.
Yes.
That moment where he visits the General Hospital set.
Yes. Well, his mother was a fan of the show.
Oh, yeah.
And hang on a second. What is going on here? His mother, was played by Barbara Casson, was a fan of General Hospital. And she kept telling Garry that his best friend, his next door neighbor, was on General Hospital. And this is, as I remember it, because and Garry said, it's not possible. And she goes, no, really, it is. Like, so he took them all in his little golf cart, and they went, which the studio was next door anyway. So they came to the General Hospital, and they shot Garry with his characters as if they were in a soap opera. And my character, Duke, the elevator opened and I came out, and Garry looks at me and does like one of those, you know, like soap opera takes, like a double take. And looks at his mother like, oh my God, is that Ian McPfeiffer? Is that Ian McPfeiffer? And I was with Finola, who played Anna, and she turns to me and she goes like, doesn't that look like Garry Shandling? And I think my line, which I improv, but they kept it, I said, No, I'm sure Garry Shandling's much better looking than that. And we walked right past, and Gary's doing this whole like so it was very funny. It was a very funny. It was very fun. I mean, it was a very interesting year because I would run from General Hospital in the morning to go to the table read, and then run back to General Hospital. And, and tape night was always, I think it was a Monday night or a Tuesday night. Was always crazy. Them trying to get me out of GH to get over there in time for a dress rehearsal and then tape. And sometimes I'd have to go back to GH, so they were working late. So it was odd and interesting and all about scheduling. So I couldn't handle it now, but it was interesting.
It's a golden television moment.
Well, there. No, it's on, and she isn't here. I don't even want to look.
Just watch a little.
No.
Go ahead. Just a little bit.
Dr. Richard Vaughn, Burton, please contact the fifth floor investigation.
Amy, have you seen Jessie?
No, it's not my day to watch her. But if I see her, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Amy.
Sure.
It's my mom. It's my mom.
No, Gary, come on. You're hallucinating. He
No.
sees her face everywhere he goes. At the beach? And even at the picture show?
Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Hello, Shy Lights. We salute you.
Hi. Can I help you?
Did you know that Ruth's Pet Corral offers the lowest prices in tropical fish and exotic birds?
Pardon?
Who is this woman?
I don't know. She just got off the elevator, and I'm going to assume she's a patient of yours.
I'll check it out with Dr. Foster.
Good idea.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.
That's it. I can't. She's gone on another show to plug her pet shop. I'm going to go over there and talk to her.
Okay.
I'm going to go talk to her.
Let's go.
Come on. Christine, aren't you coming?
I was planning to.
Oh, no, I am not insane. The only crazy thing is the price is down at Ruth's Pet Corral.
Yeah, this is a lot nicer elevator than they have on St. Elsewhere, I'll tell you that. Mom.
Bubba, what are you doing here?
Well,
I'd be careful. Obviously, this woman needs help.
I'll handle this.
Excuse me, I don't think we've met. I'm Dr. Hyman.
Hi, I'm Christine. Amy, I think Dr. Hardy's in love.
Would you please excuse me? I think I have something in my eye.
Is this your mother?
Yes, it is.
You know, she tried to bring a horse in here.
Horse? I'll take care of her. Thanks for not hitting on my mom, by the way. Mom, why don't you bring the horse over to the house? 'Cause I miss you. This way the horse and you and me, the three of us, we could sit around and watch General Hospital and have Chinese food and just talk things over like the old times.
Oh,
Come
Papa.
on. Will you?
What have I done? Oh, I had no idea how foolish I was looking. I just feel awful. I mean, I've just made an ass out of myself and a monkey out of my son. Oh, God, there I go. I'm mentioning animals again.
No, it's okay, Mom. It's okay. You forgot to mention the stores on the corner of Ventura Freeway and the San Diego Freeway, right? And they're open Saturdays till 9, and you validate parking, right? Yeah. And you'll match any price in town, and you have those little baskets you can carry and stock up. It's like one-stop pet shopping, isn't it?
Well, I love you.
Come on, let's go.
So, Christine, what are you doing later tonight?
I have,
Hey, isn't that Ian?
Oh, Garry, don't be silly. That guy looks nothing like Ian.
It sure looks like Ian to me.
Wasn't that Garry Shandling?
No, I doubt it. One would hope that Garry Shandling would look better than that.
Now that you're off the show, give me like some golden Ian Buchanan moments from like the set that nobody knows. Give me some of the crazy. Give me some.
There's a couple of people would have to die first, I think, before I could. There's and they were, that was back in the days when things were not quite as you could get away with saying stuff and doing stuff. So
It's like I was watching Lost, and I said, "This is just a bunch of like refabricated General Hospital storylines."
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah,
the whole trapped on an island with like the base, and that was all done on your show right around the time you joined it. But did you have some good moments there? I mean, did you get along with the cast pretty well, or were there ever those?
I learned, to I sort of didn't realize until I was kind of in the situation, but people were so supportive and so helpful because it was my first, multi-camera thing and first time I'd ever had to do 25, 30, 40 pages a day. People were very supportive and very helpful, but as I kind of as I kind of progressed in the business, I became that person too, because it gets you through the day. You don't want to make a person uncomfortable. You don't want, because they're not handling it. You don't want to have a person completely, some actors just completely freeze, and that takes a while to get over that and get back. So I sort of learned to do that, to keep everything moving, is to be supportive and be as helpful, and just to be as nurturing as you possibly can. And I had that with absolutely everybody when I first got there, being this complete new kid on the block, and who didn't care if I faced the camera or not. And they would say, like, you're supposed to face the other way, otherwise, you won't be on television. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, so people I was working with would be, if they knew it was a close-up, would be turning me and like moving me right onto the mark I was supposed to be on. So it was always very funny.
They were known as Lucifer and the Men with Painted Faces when they burned New Orleans to the ground. And when they sacked Panama, I knew that my road to redemption would be paved with tombstones. And by the time they brought the apocalypse to West Africa and the Indian Ocean, I would come to know two words with biblical significance. No quarter. No quarter. Kill All Masters. Rated R. Coming soon. Available on all platforms. Visit noquarterkillallmasters.com.